Hi everyone, today we're in Whitby. Yes, as many of you know, Caroline has been saying for a long time on the live show how she would love to go to Whitby. She'd love to go to Whitby. We've been to Whitby and we have a video to share with you. And I hope you're going to enjoy watching this video as much as we enjoyed making it, because it was brilliant. Well worth the 7-hour trip. 5 hours from here to Halifax where we were staying, a further 2 hours then a day later to go on to Whitby and spend a day there. It's a fantastic place. The shops are amazing as you walk through the narrow streets and see all the beautiful things they have for sale there. And of course the scenery is fantastic. Gorgeous views out from the heights over all the gorgeous bay and the beaches and the port. And a bonus for us, we met Tom. Yes, the man himself was there with us at Whitby to enjoy the adventure. But there was one small problem. Take a look at this. Yes, technology, it can be such a blessing. We wouldn't be here now talking to you if it wasn't for the wonders and the advancement of technology. But oh boy, when it goes wrong, doesn't it go wrong? And our camera, for 17 pieces of footage, had switched over to time-lapse. So we lost all that footage. But I had to share that with you by way of explanation, that when Caroline says, oh, my fourth piece of pipe stem, at least you'll understand why you don't see her picking up the other three, or at least you saw her doing it very quickly. Yes, but we've still got lots of footage left, and I'm hoping that what we share with you now will show you just what a wonderful time we had, and hopefully you'll have a wonderful time with us. So let's get back over to Whitby and enjoy the adventure. No dragons today amongst our finds in the wood, but we wouldn't expect to because we're in Whitby, not Wales. And of course, here in Whitby, it's more ghost stories. Born from legends, it seems, set about by the smugglers years ago, as they wanted to keep the God-fearing people of Whitby at home at night while they got about their business. They even went as far as to dress up in some rather macabre costumes to add some kind of validity to the terrible tales they used to tell. And of course, it's also the place where part of the book Dracula was written. And the abbey here at Whitby was included in the text of that story. So there's a lot of mystery in the history. But so far, no dragons in the driftwood.
But there is a rainbow in the sky, look at that. Isn't that lovely? Oh, look what I found. Pipe stem number 4. Are you pleased with that? Oh, let's keep looking just in case there are some more. Sometimes we find groups of them in the same area. If you can hear any rattling, sorry about that. That's my plastic bag that I'm using for my finds. I can't find my find bag. Let's have a look. I can't see any. Nope. we'll have to go over the causeway and see what we can find over the other side of that. What have you got, Mr. Johnson?
I have been wandering along, and one of the things that struck me is the beauty that nature has created of some of the stones.
Oh, I like that one.
Isn't that very
That's
pretty?
really nice. Oh, and these look like some sort of reptile skin or dragon skin.
They look all ready made, don't they? Look like scales of something.
Bit like my ladybird stone I
Got
just
some
found.
nice bits of sea glass, and that
Yeah. Oh,
will, I believe,
yes, count as ridged pottery. It's only a very wide ridge, but you found your first piece of ridged pottery.
I have also refound one of Caroline's finds.
Oh,
Caroline
good.
discovered she had a hole in her bottle, so I refound your Coke.
I didn't have a hole in my bottle, I had a hole in my bag. Same sort of thing, just slightly different.
They're thinking of the bottle and the Coke. and I have found another piece of pipe stem.
Oh, what? Oh, that's the biggest so far. Well done, look at that. I wish I found it though. 5 stems in my domain, I want to find them all. Nice finds.
Thank you. Well, let's have a look what else we can find here on the beach at Whitby.
I think the next place we're going is up over the causeway there and down the other side. Apparently there could be fossils over there. We'll find out.
Right, we've taken a walk now. Tom's advised us to come out of the little bay we were in there and the safety of the harbour away from the wind. And I don't know if you can see behind me, but the cliffs are starting to rise up and they've got that reddish colour to them. So there's always the possibility that we may, just may, find a fossil.
Well, I've been very well behaved. I've been walking on the beach and the sea has been calling me, and I think it's time. I found this lovely pool. It's not really a rock pool, it's a sand pool. So come on, pop your wellies on. We're going in. Oh, and it's cold. Oh, but it feels so good to be paddling. Oh, we can run out of water here. Let's go into this deeper bit. Always much more fun in the deep bit. There aren't a lot of plants. Sometimes you go to places near the sea anemones and things that you can see. Not so much here. I don't know whether it's because it's winter or whether this area is too cold for that.
As we're walking along, we're just looking up towards the cliffs there, and I don't know if you can see just there. There's a cave forming down into the base of the cliff, and I dare say that would be a wonderful spot to go to and search for fossils. But if we look up, that overhang tells me it's not a good place to go. So I'm going to head towards the waterline rather than towards the cliff edge, and we're going to walk around a bit further. Because the one thing you have to remember, folks, when you're on a beach like this, have respect for the fact that the reason there's so many fossils down on the ground is because the cliffs are eroding. And if that decides to go, I don't want to be under it. So let's go down with Caroline and Tom and walk along the water's edge. And as we are progressing along the shoreline, there's another recess. Just a shallow cave there, and as you can see, folks are potching around there, but I would rather not, because yet again, folks, that is just not a place to be. Well, not finding any fossils at the moment, folks, but when you're out for a walk, don't narrow your limitations to what are your expectations, because Tom has just pointed out in the water, due to the low tide line, a wreck. Now, I'll just turn the camera around. Can you see just there? That is the wreck of a concrete ship. Yeah, that's the MV Mastcrete, and it was being brought in to actually be salvaged in 1947 when something, we believe, struck it or something happened and it ended up wrecked here on the side. And being concrete, it's not going anywhere. Some of you may recall that we saw concrete boats when we did our video of the boat graveyard where they used all the old boats to save a section of canal during a disaster. Well, that was the first time we'd ever heard of a concrete boat, but now we can actually see what it was, a military concrete boat, and I'm going to check out if we can get across there and give you a little bit of a closer look. Come on, let's give it a try. Of course, as we walk across towards this wreck, it reminds me of another famous link here in Whitby, because this is not just a place that's linked to the fictitious character of Dracula, but also the very real explorer Captain Cook, the most decorated explorer in our history. And he found his love of the sea right here in Whitby as he served his apprenticeship and began his sailing career. As I always say, wherever we go, there's always history all around us. Right, and it's looking good as we make our way across here, because ordinarily, of course, this would be underwater. We've tried to get our timings right. As you can see, the water is coming in around us now, just there. It won't be up here for another hour or so, and I'm just going to take 5 minutes to take a stroll across. And as we go, we'll be able to see pieces of the concrete ship. There we go. There's parts of it here. There's something down there. There's another piece there, reinforced concrete. Over this way, you can see how the sections are built all around us. Okay, let's walk on out. Well, this is amazing to be out here on this wreck, which has been here since 1947, so we're talking nearly 80 years, and it's become habited by nature. You can see all the lovely seaweed, and I dare say there's a fair few crabs and other things are making their homes here, as nature does what nature always does, adapts to the things that we leave behind. But it really is a gorgeous sight. It's just got that strange sense of telling a story. And what a story. Who would have ever thought they made ships out of concrete?
Phil's just brought me the camera back, so I wanted to show you this. Now, Tom has been advising me on jet. I'm not sure if that's jet, the jury's out, but this one is, and apparently the way you can tell is it's very light. It's as light as wood. It's quite hard, and also it isn't really cold. It's a much warmer stone, so that definitely is jet, and the jury's out on this bit. And also walking along, I found this little rock where there's an ammonite. You can see the swirl there, and a baby ammonite over that side. So there's not the best fossil we found, because down in Lyme Regis we find some really well-shaped fossils, but that's still a lovely find for being on this beach.
And it may not be the best fossil we've ever found, but it's the only fossil we've found so far in Whitby, so it's coming home with us.
Okie dokie. As we walk along these stone flats, you can see some belemnite fossils. There's one there, and a bit of it snapped, if you can see there, and there's one there, and you've got one poking out there. And if we go across here somewhere, I can see it. It's very difficult to see from a distance. Look at that, you've got a much bigger fossil there, probably a belemnite. It could be a bone, I suppose, if I put my finger there. And then you've got lots of these little indentations where the belemnites have washed out, so I would say that's probably a belemnite too. Just a rather big one. But it's interesting to look and see what's in the rocks, not only what's loose and what's falling out of the cliffs. And then you look up, and there's the sea, and there's the concrete boat, and then if we turn around, there are some very big and very precarious cliffs, and if you have a look you can see right on the edge is a footpath, and there are people walking. There is no way I would be walking on that footpath. I'm sorry, it doesn't look safe enough for me. If you look up there you can see that the land is really sliding away right to the edge of the little stakes holding the fence up. So no, that is not the walk for me.
Look at that.
Oh, what a pretty stone.
I think is the prettiest stone I have found.
Isn't that lovely? You can see all the little bits of shell or whatever is inside that.
Looks like someone decorated it, doesn't
Looks
it?
like somebody's drawn on it with a pencil.
Well, I'm happy with that, and I'm happy with the day we've had here at Whitby. If you've enjoyed it, please give us a thumbs up.
Doing, doing, doing.
And don't forget, share it with all your friends. The more the merrier. And until the next time, have fun. Bye.
Bye.